Let me know if you like these titles. Come on. Since Doctor Who first came back onto our screens in March 2005, it's probably been my favourite TV show sort of all time, ever. I must have been sort of 5 years old when it first came back. My dad told me that there's this show starting that he used to watch when he was a kid. And I was like, nah, it's going to be rubbish. Being the child I was, I've sort of always been like that, just sort of a miserable bastard. But no, I said that it was going to be really boring, and I went to play in the garden instead. But anyway, I was outside, and I must have hurt myself something in the garden, and Mum brought me in and sat me in front of the TV to watch Rose. And by the end of that episode, I was sort of in love with the show. But yeah, anyway, a few months after Series 1 started, The Sun published a paper. And in the paper, they had The Robots of Death Part 1. Hang on. The Robots of Death Part 1. And those of you who don't know, that's I think it's 1975 story, 1976, something like that. But Tom Baker. And after I watched Part 1 of that, Tom Baker was instantly my favourite Doctor, and yeah, and he has been since. But talking about favourite Doctors, my second favourite Doctor of all time, Peter Capaldi, is due to leave the TARDIS this Christmas, I believe. So there's a lot of talk at the moment going around of who's going to be playing the 13th Doctor. So this video is basically just going to be me talking about my opinions on who's basically speculated to be the 13th Doctor. Something in my eye. Anyway, loads of people believe that Olivia Colman is going to be playing the 13th Doctor. Now, those of you who don't know my views on a female Doctor, for me the Doctor is a male character, as much as James Bond is, as much as Indiana Jones. I don't know, I don't watch it. Yeah, it is as much a male character as James Bond is, and even though it's possible for him to change into a woman, I don't think that necessarily just means it's going to be necessary. And it'd be a big risk for the BBC as well. They'd be risking the viewing figures going right down, and obviously if they go too low, it's going to end up how it did in the 80s, and it's going to be cancelled or axed or whatever. But if a woman was to be cast as being the 13th Doctor, the bookie's favourite at the moment, I believe, is Tilda Swinton. I think she's best known for working Doctor Strange most recently. And to be honest, she's probably the only woman that I could see portraying this part of the character, this incarnation of the character. But even then, I wouldn't see her as the Doctor. I'd see her as a completely different person, much as the way I feel about Missy. I mean, Missy, she's a really good character. Since she first appeared, her character did start to grow on me, and obviously, even though she's technically the Master, to me, she's just Missy. She's not the Master. She doesn't come under the same category as Roger Delgado, Peter Pratt, Geoffrey Beevers, not so much Eric Roberts, because people forget about Anthony Ainley. How did I forget about Anthony Ainley? And definitely Derek Jacobi and John Sim as well. Yeah, I mean, she is a good character, but I'm just not too fond of the fact that the Master changed into a woman. So I like her as Missy, not as the Master, and I can see this as being the way I feel about a female Doctor, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to be sexist or anything. I know I'm going to get a lot of stick about that in the comments, if I do get a lot of comments, which is very unlikely. Other picks. Another Bookie's favourite is Ben Whishaw, who is, I believe, best known for his work in the most recent 007 films. I think it was Skyfall and Spectre. I'm not 100% certain on this, but I do think that he said that he'd like to stay away from Doctor Who. But if he was cast, and if he, by some miracle, did come into it, I don't know, I could see him being a very good incarnation of the character, but I could see it going down the same route as Matt Smith did. And don't get me wrong, I think Matt Smith's a great actor and he's a great Doctor. But there was a phase, mainly through Series 6, the start of Series 7, if you watched it, you'll know what I mean, where it became really childish, and a lot of the jokes he told, well, they weren't necessarily jokes, but a lot of the jokey moments in it were clearly directed at 5-year-olds or something. I mean, it's important to have some sort of jokiness in the Doctor, but just not as much as Matt Smith did. Andrew Scott, he's also another big pick. If you don't know, he is known as being Moriarty in BBC's Sherlock. I would never be able to see this working, sort of ever, purely because Sherlock is written by Stephen Moffat and Mark Gatiss, as most of you probably know. And if Andrew Scott was ever, I mean, I don't think he would anyway, but if he was ever cast as being the 13th Doctor, or the 14th or 5th, whatever, if he was ever cast as being the Doctor, I'd always see Moriarty in him, and that'd make it seem too much like it's still the Moffat era of Doctor Who, which I think we've had enough of. I am going to pronounce this name wrong and I feel really bad about it, but Richard Ayoade. Richard Ayoade would be a fantastic pick if Chibnall decides to go for a character of a different ethnic background. And obviously all the Doctors we've had so far have been white actors. Anyway, my number one choice goes to James Norton. I'm not actually sure what he's been in, but looking at him on the internet, I do believe he's 31 at the moment, going to be 32. If he was cast as the Doctor, he'd be 32 when he comes into it, and that's not much younger than David Tennant was. And I think David Tennant's an alright age for the Doctor. Not too young, not obviously as young as Matt Smith, but young enough for viewers still to like him. And I think that's something that went wrong with Peter Capaldi. Fantastic actor, brilliant Doctor in my opinion, but so many people were so disappointed when he got cast just because he's an older actor. But if they brought a younger actor into the role, yeah, I do think it would work. I mean, it's never going to go back to how it was in Tennant era, ever. I know that, but I can see it getting close to that if we do get a younger actor again. But then again, one problem I would have with this is, in some photos, he does look ginger, and if you've been watching the new series the newer series of Doctor Who, you'd know that he's apparently always wanted to be ginger.
Am I ginger?
No, you're just sort of brown.
Yeah, I wanted to be ginger. I've never been ginger.
But that's it, basically. That's my opinion on the 13th Doctor. Let me know who you'd like to be cast as the Time Lord in the comments down below. And also subscribe to my channel. I will be starting some reaction videos. The titles you saw at the start of this are the titles I've had prepared for a while. I've really wanted to use them because I spent so long making them. And they're the titles I'll be using for my Series 10 reactions. I was thinking about doing reactions for older episodes, but I've watched them all, so I'd have to fake a reaction, and I don't really want to do that. So in April, probably this Saturday or Sunday that Doctor Who comes out, I will be starting some reaction videos. So subscribe if you want to see that as well. Leave a like on the video, drop a like if you did enjoy it, and also follow me on Twitter. I'm called Harry Davis 566, Harry Davis 5661. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I was going to say bye, but it sounded a bit camp in the last episode. See ya. Bye. Tutty bye. Oh,